Hello and what's up, viewers? Today I will be bringing you a roach rush. This is me in the bottom right corner as the blue Zerg, and this is Omnial in the bottom left corner as the red Protoss. So let's start. So I'm going to do a pretty basic roach strategy where I'll rush him with roaches. And he, well, is a noob, basically. He is the worst StarCraft player I've ever played. And I've played some pretty bad ones, so you'll see later. I make one huge mistake, which I'll point out to you later. So I'm beating him on drones, which is normal for Zerg because they can build more than one at a time. And he does a pylon. He's a bit late with the pylon, but it's still pretty good. And I do the double extractor trick that I showed in the last video to get my economy ahead. Even though the Overlord did come out then, which made it a bit pointless, but still. Oh well. So, not really doing much with the Overlords. I should really be scouting him. That was the big mistake I made this game. For the whole game, I didn't scout him. Until I actually attacked him. Which I ended up winning, luckily. Because if you don't scout him, you don't know what to counter. And if you don't know what to counter, you don't know what to build. So you just have to build random. So yeah, make sure you always scout your enemies. So next thing he builds is a forge, which makes him stupid. Well, he could be building 2 gateways as well as a forge, with the amount of minerals he's got. But yeah, so that would make the forge not that bad building. But he's not doing that. The forge doesn't let you get any units. All it does is it lets you get unit upgrades and cannons. But he needs units, basically. So, and then he starts building cannons. Well, what he should have done is build a gateway and then built some units. Not cannons. Cannons aren't really that good anyway. They've only got 150 shields, only 150 life. They're detectors, which is a good thing about them. So here's my roach warren going. So when I built that, I can just pump out roaches. So he ends up building 5. No, that's another pylon. So 4 cannons. And then finally, on 14 supply, he builds a gateway. 14 supply is pretty good for a gateway. But the reason he's on 14 supply is because he isn't building any probes. He needs to just be building probes, and he's not even collecting gas. As I say that, he just starts to collect a little bit. And I'm on 22 supply. 20 of that on drones. I think I've done the maths right. Yep. There's popping some larvae to help me build some more roaches. Now my roach warren's pop. You can get upgrades which let you increase the movement speed and enable roaches to move while burrowed. That's a really good thing that the roaches have for late game roaches. So you just burrow under the enemy's defences and then attack, unless he's got cannons. Which I suppose a few cannons isn't bad, but he's not building any units. That's what makes him so bad. Because he can't apply pressure. He can only just wait for me to attack. Because all he has is cannons. So I'm pumping out my roaches. I've got 4 at the moment, which isn't bad. Look at the supply difference. I'm on 42 supply. Yeah, I supply blocked myself. But he's on 22. And now he starts building probes again. And he just... This isn't a very good idea just to stack a full amount of units. Because then you can't be spending minerals at other places as well. Because they will just your minerals are in there waiting to build. If you see what I mean. Here's the mistake I make. Because I haven't scouted, I don't know where he is. So I'm just guessing he's up here. Which he's not. So, yeah, I'm kicking myself about that, but oh well. It's not the end of the world. Thank God, because he's a new player. So I'm just building some more roaches. That one's a bit glitched out. It's not actually moving its legs. It's like floating. So he scouts me. Yeah, I just let him walk past my roaches. For some reason I didn't notice him. So he scouts where I am, but he doesn't scout anything of what I have. That's not the point of scouting, to see what they are, to see what they have as well, so you know what to counter with. But yeah, I didn't even scout, so yes please mum. So I'm just moving in with my roaches. And then I see him putting up the expansion. There we go. I see the next page. So I see it all walled off. So I'll break a hole in the wall, quickly run through, destroy his mineral line. Well, first I attacked assimilated for some weird reason. And then I realised I need to do something with that. And then that one dies. So I've got this one taking care of the Nexus. And then I've just got these going to town on these probes, owning them. So he thinks in the last minute hope to build some boats. I bring in some more roaches, own them. And then he tries to attack me with his probes. And the roaches are just so good against probes. Weak units like that with 16 damage he can do. So yeah, he leaves the game. And so in that video it showed how to do a roach rush and how not to play as Protoss. So it's like a 2-in-1 video. And also, make sure you scout them, because you might not be playing as such a bad player as I was. So I hope this helped all of you out there. Go over the build. So, see there, I've got a huge... Look, he's got no resources into his army. None. So remember, you get the spawning pool. It doesn't really matter when, about 12-ish, I should say. Yeah, that should do for the spawning pool. Then, straight after, you get the roach one. You don't even need to get a lair with this build. That's the good thing about it. Because if you had to get a lair, it wouldn't really be a rush. Well, this wasn't much of a rush, but it was a good strategy, so hope you guys enjoyed it. And this is TheDeninja, or James. Peace out.